Welcome back to LCTV. I'm Blair Schneider. Up next, we have an investigation into the housing crisis at LaSalle College. With the number of incoming students increasing each year, the school is struggling to accommodate all of its students.
I mean, when you have more students, obviously there's going to be more issues that come up in the residence halls. And also, it can be difficult because if we do have a roommate issue, there's not a lot of space to figure out how to solve that issue. So if we have two roommates who really can't live with each other anymore, there isn't any space to, it's like a puzzle almost, and we can't move them. And so that presents a new problem to us. How do we deal with roommate issues? How do we deal with two people that just can't live together anymore? And so it is creating a little bit of an issue that's tricky for us residence-life people because we're the ones that have to figure all those puzzles out. And so hopefully in the future we can find another plan to accommodate all of these people and have extra spaces on hand just in case we have to deal with issues like that.
Are you worried about getting housing for next year at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially with the rise of students and me wanting a suite next year, it definitely makes me more nervous with the possibility that I won't get a high room draw number and that possible underclassmen will get the suite before I will.
One of the ways LaSalle accommodated the increasing number of incoming students was reopening Saunders, a house that was condemned at the end of the 2013-2014 school year. The house was a party house last year and incurred so many damages that it was set to be renovated. However, the size of the incoming freshman class, the class of 2018, was so huge that it forced the school to reopen Saunders, opening it to females only. What are some of the ways that you think LaSalle would be able to accommodate the number of increasing students?
Well, I think it's difficult because, as a neighborhood campus, we don't have a ton of space to expand right now. North being one of the newer buildings, that kind of finished that extra land that LaSalle had, and now we're kind of looking for new ways to expand on the room we have for students. So we're looking within the halls that we already have, try to figure out if there's space in there that we're not using to the best of its ability, to try to get more students in the halls. But I think the best solution will probably be to look for other buildings that already exist around our campus and try to use those or purchase those in order to expand our campus. Because again, it's hard to build more when there isn't any room for that. So I think we have to be creative and look for what is already standing around us and try to use that to solve these problems.
I think a possibility for LaSalle would be to build more housing. I mean, I know we don't have too much land, but I know we own some houses around here, so possibly do some construction on those and make them into livable properties, just because the space is really limited and you can only force so many triples and quads.
LaSalle currently has 26 residential buildings on campus. When it comes to the possibility of expansion, some of LaSalle's options include renovating houses they already own, buying new houses, or building new dorms if necessary.
Well, I think students think living in a house is more fun just because you get that more like homey quality and you're closer with all of the people you live with. But I think a more logical thing LaSalle would do is build another dorm. You can accommodate more students at once.